and to see right accomplished. Many of you will remember back in the aftermath of the shooting in Virginia Beach that our governor and his administration vowed to finally bring sane gun laws to this Commonwealth, and they convened a special session. And you'll remember what happened when those in power at that time shut it down after 90 minutes and said that it needed more study. Well, I've been watching it get studied here and elsewhere since 2007. And study wasn't eliminating those 1,000 gun deaths a year in our Commonwealth. It wasn't eliminating the gun deaths that we saw at Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High School. It wasn't eliminating the gun deaths and injuries and trauma all over our country. In the immediate aftermath of the shooting at Parkland, we all stood here. And we lined both sides of this street. And I said at that time, the people in that building are going to hear from us. And the people in the State House here and all across the country, they're going to hear from us. They have heard from us. They heard from the people of the Commonwealth, loud and clear, that it's time for change. And change is coming now. Change is coming now. So the forces of hope are winning out over the forces of fear. We saw the best the forces of fear could muster today. They've gone home. We're still here. The young people here are the future of this fight. And they went to Richmond. And two great delegates of this Commonwealth, who I'm proud to call friends, Chris Hurst and Dan Helmer, put them up in their own offices overnight so that they, well, those armed with weapons protested outside, could lobby inside and argue for those safe and sane gun laws that we've been talking about in this Commonwealth for years and years and years. Jim Solo and many more were here long before I came to this fight. And the people you see here in this generation are going to carry it on long after many of us go. It's a long, slow struggle, but Dr. King reminded us that the moral arc of the universe bends towards justice. And so, in memory of my daughter and the thousands of victims of gun violence, before it sits, I want to thank you all for coming out, witnessing, representing hope and the triumph of hope over fear.
Thank you all so much for being here. I'm here with 12 of the most incredible fellow young activists that I could ever hope to work with, that we've cobbled together, that we've all assembled in the last 48 hours. Most of us have slept scarcely a wink last night on the floor of Delegates Hurst and Helmer's offices, and we're bone tired, and we just got here. But we have never felt more grounded, we have never felt more urgency on this issue, and it's because of every single one of you here. It's because of all of the Reeds and the Haasses and the Goddards and every single family who has lost loved ones in this Commonwealth, around this country. We're here for every single one of you who is standing up and saying enough and demanding an end to this epidemic. It was so tragic and so disheartening that we were forced out in the way that we were by all of these nasty threats and intimidation. But I'm here sort of reporting from the front lines, and as you talk about the moral arc of the universe, we're there and really witnessed and felt the strain of that bending today. And it's because of all of you showing up at the balloting box, showing up here, showing up every day to make a change, and we really deeply appreciate it. We really carry all of that with us, and we're imbued with purpose because of all of you. We're never going to give up. We're not giving up. And we're not going to hand this to the next generation. We're going to end it.
Hello, everyone. The reason that we're here today, especially as a Black woman, is because we are the most affected by gun violence. I'm actually a co-founder of the first HBCU to have a March for Our Lives chapter, and that is because we are the most affected in these low-income communities. The gun trafficking of these guns needs to be regulated. It needs to be stopped, and they're doing nothing about it. We often talk about mass shootings, but that only equates to 1.5% of all gun violence. We need to address the root cause here, and that's the systematic oppression that is faced upon Black people.
You know, not only are we from one of the first HBCU March for Our Lives chapters, but me and Mariah went down to Richmond and we stood up to the people who hate us, who oppress us, who judge us, and just, you know, treat us as less than citizens. And we were lucky enough to have the privilege of having March for Our Lives back us and transport us, and Dan Helmer and Chris Hurst giving us a place to stay so that we could be in the safety of the Capitol building, so that we could go lobby and tell our opinions and our voices and make sure that our voices are heard. And you know, we might not have changed anyone's minds today. We spoke to a lot of different delegates from both sides of the aisles, and our opinions might not have mattered to them, but we made sure that our opinions were heard and that they know that we're here and we're not going anywhere, and that change is going to happen, and it's going to happen now.
Hi everybody, this is Eve. I just wanted to say that I know that a lot of you were really upset that you weren't able to go to Richmond today. And when we found out that the rally was canceled Friday afternoon, we were upset, but I can only imagine how upsetting it is for all of you who have been going to Richmond, who have been doing this work for longer than most of us here, this group, have even been alive. I just wanted to say that what we said in every office that we went to, what we centered our work on was making sure that we knew that we were lucky enough to get to go there because we had figured out this, what really was a crazy plan because a delegate responded to a Twitter DM, is what it was. I DM'd a lot of people, and Chris Hurst was the one to respond, fun fact. But I would just say that that's what we said in every office we went to. We said that we were there representing the Virginia gun violence prevention majority, the majority that you all elected in November and that we want to help support. And the other thing that we made sure to do was to be bringing the stories of the young people of Virginia there. And I think that it's very clear that we were able to make a difference and we were able to make a stand. And I think we should all be really happy knowing that it was the right choice to cancel the rally because nobody was hurt. And that's the most important thing. We were able to make our voices heard, and nobody was hurt.
How's everybody doing? My name is Maxwell. And I just want to say I'm super proud of these students. In this work, and we all know this, it's easy to feel lonely, right? We feel lonely a lot, but when I look around at everybody here, I don't feel so lonely anymore. It's easy to feel helpless when we're doing this work. But after spending the last 24 hours with these people, I don't feel so helpless anymore. It's easy to feel hateful because people are dying daily. Black people are dying every day. We have black trans women that are being killed in this country because of who they are. It's easy to be hateful. But after spending time with these individuals and being in atmospheres like this, I don't really feel hateful. The way we're going to win this is by using love. Love of humanity and love for people that are all around us. That's something we have that I really truly believe the other side lacks. Dr. Cornel West says, love is justice in public life. Justice in public life. And I just want everybody here, and this is a pretty big crowd, if you're a young person or an older person or whatever, get involved. Right? Go to marchforourlives.com and sign up to go knock on some doors, to go to events like these individuals did. Sign up to get involved, because we're not going to make the difference unless we're doing the action. We can't honor these individuals like Dr. King without getting involved in the fight. And I just want to invite everybody here to sign up, get involved, whether it's a Brady, March for Our Lives, Team Enough, anything, and get involved so you can make that difference as well. Because we all know what the people want, and Representative Barbara Jordan says it's simple. What the people want is very simple, and America is great as its promise. And we all know what that America looks like. We have the vision, and all we got to do is make it come true. So thank you all so much for being here. Please get involved.
Call your delegate and senator. Tell them what you want.
I can put the hashtag. Not the hashtag. All right. We were hoping that we could all sing together, "We Shall Overcome." But I have a terrible voice. Do I have a volunteer to lead us, please? You don't want to hear my voice. Somebody.
Are people volunteering behind you?
Yeah, in the middle.